Hey guys, it's Jaggle here, and today I wanted to just make a quick video on a few things you can be doing to help you stay more active during this COVID-19 downtime in between content drops. So here's a few things I've been doing to keep myself interested. Okay, so one of the things I've been doing daily when I log in currently is beast tribes. Beast tribes are placed all throughout the game at different levels from each expansion. So really no matter where you're at on a job, there's probably one you could be doing to get a nice bonus of experience. Now you can do 12 beast tribe quests a day, and each beast tribe will issue 3 quests, so that's 4 beast tribes you can do in one day. There's also crafting and gathering beast tribes that you can use to help you get bonus experience for those guys. They're super useful and easy to do, not to mention they typically yield pretty cool amounts once you get to high levels. So beast tribe is a really good thing to be doing right now. Okay, the next thing that I typically do whenever I'm feeling like I need to try something else is to start a new job. This is always a really good way to get yourself out of a funk in the game if you're looking for a new experience. For me, I main healers. I'm an Astro main, and I play White Mage a little bit on the side, so I went completely different with this and went Machinist this time. That's what I'm currently leveling, and I'm really enjoying it. Combat is really fun on it. I like playing ranged, obviously. So yeah, never be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and try a different job. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to talk about is leveling your crafters and gatherers. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here because I just released 2 guides on leveling crafters and gatherers. I will put a link to those in the description box below if you guys want to check them out, but that's really all we're going to touch on it for this video. Okay guys, the next thing I want to talk about is Deep Dungeon. That's something that's really cool too. If you haven't experienced Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High or both Deep Dungeons, the way these guys work is you start at floor 1 and level 1, and you level as you progress through them to the harder floors, and it gets progressively more difficult with modifiers and traps and different mobs placed throughout the dungeon, and you do get items and tools to help you get through them. But the thing that's really great about Deep Dungeons is not only is it really fun and kind of challenging, but it's also a really great way to level DPS classes up to level 50 in my opinion for Palace of the Dead. It's also a really good way to make gil when you get to the higher floors, so that's definitely something worth checking out. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to talk about that I do to stay active is fighting. Obviously the combat in this game is really unique, and it's a lot of what has drawn me to it, so flexing your fight muscle is always really good. I definitely recommend maybe going back and doing some old content you haven't done before. Try Alexander Savage, try Binding Coil of Bahamut. There's even ultimate difficulties to these fights that are super hard with really complicated mechanics that groups prog for months to be able to clear. There's tons of stuff to do in this game when it comes to fighting, and again, this is something, switch it up, try a different job, try tanking if you play heals, try heals if you play DPS, vice versa. It's just a really good way to stay interested in the game. I log in every single day and do a couple trials no matter what I have going on, just to kind of flex my fight muscle and keep it in tip-top shape. So I stay on top of the muscle memory of where my keybinds are and all that good stuff, so I'm ready to go come next raids here. The Golden Saucer is another really good way to get yourself interested in something kind of different than outside of the normal of the game. There's a ton of mini games here, one including Chocobo Racing, which I happen to be a pretty big fan of. They also have Triple Triad, which is the card game from Final Fantasy VIII. They also have tons of other mini games there, and you can also use your MGP credits, which is the currency you earn there, for all kinds of glamour items, mounts, housing items, things of that nature. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in the Golden Saucer as well, so I definitely recommend checking that out too. Okay guys, and last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about Shared Fate. So what Shared Fate is something that they added in Shadowbringers. So in every single Shadowbringer zone, there's a threshold of fate completion that you have to meet. I believe it ends up being about 70 fates per area, but what happens is once you complete these fates, it's going to allow you to access a vendor in those areas, which is going to sell Orchestrion rolls that are worth quite a bit of gil and some housing items. A lot of this stuff you can sell on the market board for pretty good prices, and it's really cool to have as well. It's also a really great method for leveling DPS from 70 to 80, as dungeon queues can take a long time for those guys. So running around and completing fates can get you some bonus EXP really fast. And there's a lot more to this that I could go super in depth on, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save that for my next video. We'll talk about Shared Fate, and we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips for staying active in a content drought, and I hope you find something that you enjoy grinding while we're waiting for 5.4 and the next expansion. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps the channel grow. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.